It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
On 1st down, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man of the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. From the gun, it's Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, but it'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Steps away to his left. He'll run it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. A quick toss out right. Dashing through the snow. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 1st quarter lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories, and you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day, and I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. He's giving me the evil eye, folks. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for gone. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
For the Rams.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
10-10 at their own 39-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Hey, 0-0-0. 95.
From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm. Relax a little bit and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Goff. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 5 at the 43-yard line.
Goff now looking to throw. Looking this time for Woods, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Intercepted.
So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. He goes right back to Metcalf, this time complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Good.
2 veterans there, Wilson to Olsen for a Seattle 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Penny, the 1st down carry. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
The tackle made at the 36.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
14, got it.
Here's Wilson. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
On third down, Wilson. The LA defense up to snuff in coverage there. Pushes this to fourth down.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
A 53-yard attempt.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll run. This is Darrell Henderson. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Out of the gun. Gone. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Wilson leaves this one with Penny. Oh, what a juke into space. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him, feet were moving, the legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his offseason working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. To throw is Wilson. They set up the screen to Penny. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Goff. He wants Reynolds way downfield. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Play action to Akers. Here's Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
A loss of 5.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Their own 34-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. I'll go special. I'll go special. Mike 56.
To throw again, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
2nd and 1 from the 2. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 3rd down, it's Brown. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1.
Now 4th down.
Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll run for it with Akers. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Cam Akers, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead. Kai Forbath on for the extra point. It's good, and that cuts it to 9 at 16-7.
Seahawks 16, Rams 7.
So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And it'll be a touchback as Tyler Lockett says, I'm not going to return this one. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 36 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Wilson. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now second down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on second and 10.
Go 14.
Throwing again. Wilson. And he finds Penny. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a first down on a gain of 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
10 at the 29-yard line.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Second and 10 at the Rams' 29-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. They'll run with Penny here out of the shotgun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's Wilson to throw on third down. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. He will push his way down to about the 14. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it second and 9. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
The score, Seahawks 23, Rams 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. Room to run at the 50. Still going inside the 30. And how about that return as he's all the way inside the 20-yard line.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
He'll get this underneath to Henderson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on third? From the gun, here's Goff. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Forbath will put this one through. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Not much has changed since we left you at halftime. The snow still continuing to fall as we are back underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Rams.
On first down, they'll stay with Akers on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Henderson, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
Tackle made just shy of.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's gone. And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. To throw is gone. They got a man. It's Woods. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays.
A
nice run there. He calls his own number, gets the first down, and it slides to a stop before he has to take any contact.
And that absolutely has to please this coaching staff because you know they've been drilling into his head. You're no good to us on the sidelines if you're not playing, right? If you have to be over here full-time with us, that doesn't work so well. We need you on the field, so sliding like that, they'll take that every time.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
He was brought down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
Check mark 27. Check mark 27.
Goff now to throw. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Los Angeles.
Jared Goff keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Rams are able to get back within a touchdown. And the lead will shrink to 6.
Makes the score Seahawks 23, Rams 17.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Check mark 54.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
Switch up, switch up.
Let's go. Slow down, slow down.
Mark 54 is Mike. Check, watch 54. Watch 54.
From the gun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this 2nd half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
54.
Zebra.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. That's caught by Penny. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
You must be dreaming. Slam. No.
On 1st down, Carson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Back at the 45-yard line.
Let's get it.
Mike, 315.
Watch the run. There's a little alert. Mike 54.
Now on 2nd and 13, Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
They'll take over.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll move the chains.
First down, Rams.
That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Rams trailing, but they do have the football as we start the fourth and final quarter. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go, D.
Now gone. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
They'll run on first down with Akers. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
He was tackled at
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Now Goff. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 14. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
And a Rams first down.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
It's 2nd and 8. On the Seahawks 12.
Going right back to Akers. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. They'll run here with Henderson, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
At the Seahawks 3-yard line.
They'll look to run with Henderson, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Akers. They try and run. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. Past the 20. 10. 5. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
And Forbath will put this one through, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they got an answer for it.
And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27.
Leonard Floyd brought
It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it with Penny. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Less than 2 to play with just a field goal separating these two sides. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. It's Carson, and he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run again with Carson. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 20! And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Delano Hill. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. That's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
Carson, the ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And hold everything here. This one is not over yet. They return it for the touchdown.
They continue to fight, don't they?
Kai Forbath.
This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. That's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
So with 40 seconds left, we'll see the onside kick. If they've ever needed one to go their way, it's now.
this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. One final kneel down here as it comes inside the 40-second mark, and that should be enough to put this one on ice.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the victory here for Seattle, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding